Hey everyone, and welcome. If you've ever felt that meditation should be simple, but somehow seems endlessly complicated, then you are in the right place. Today we're diving into a source that argues for one single direct path to inner peace, a method that might just be the most efficient way to find that quiet space that we're all looking for.
All right, so you've decided to give meditation a shot. But where do you even begin? Should you be chanting a mantra, staring at a candle flame, or maybe focusing on something called a chakra? The number of options out there can be pretty overwhelming, and honestly, that's a common stumbling block for a lot of people.
And that really is the million-dollar question we're digging into. Now, the source we're looking at doesn't say other methods are wrong, not at all, but it makes a really compelling case for one specific path, a path that's been designed from the ground up to be as simple and as direct as it gets. But before we even get into the how, we've got to talk about the what. What is the actual goal here? Because it's not just about, chilling out for a few minutes. Our source gives this destination a name, bliss consciousness.
So, what in the world is bliss consciousness? Well, the source describes it as a state of pure being. It's that quiet space you find when all the chatter in your head and all the input from your senses, it just fades away. The whole point of this practice is to learn how to get to this state reliably and whenever you want.
This quote from our source just nails it, doesn't it? Meditation isn't the destination itself. It's the bridge. It's the vehicle that carries our awareness away from the busy world of things and thoughts and takes us toward that incredible state of inner quiet.
Okay, so now we get to the real core of the argument. And it's fascinating. The source presents this distinction between two really different approaches to building that bridge. You can either start from the outside and work your way in, or you can start from the inside and work your way out.
And here is the big insight, the real game changer. We often think of our mind as the problem, right? The thing we need to shut up to find peace. But this source says, no, that's completely backward. Our mind, the part of us that thinks, is actually the closest thing we have to that inner bliss. It's not an obstacle, it's the front door.
So this slide really lays out the two paths perfectly. The outside-in approach, focusing on something physical like a candle or your breath, is described as a longer road. There's just more baggage to get rid of along the way. But the inside-out path, that starts directly with a thought, basically taking a shortcut, bypassing all those external layers for a much more direct route home.
So what does this inside-out journey really feel like in practice? The source calls it an advanced method, but, and here's the paradox, it's simple enough that literally anyone can do it. So here's how it breaks down.
What's so amazing about this method is how effortless it's supposed to be. You start with a simple thought, a mantra. But, and this is so important, you completely ignore what it means. Instead, you just easily, gently pick up on its sound. And then, this is the magic part, you just let it fade, all on its own. It's a process of letting go, not of trying harder.
All right, so what happens after your 20 minutes are up? This is where the practice really starts to change things. The source argues that the goal isn't just to feel peaceful during the meditation, but to live a life that becomes soaked in that peace all the time.
I just love that phrasing, being soaked in peace. It's not something you have to force or remember to do. It's like a residue from your practice that you just carry with you, and it subtly changes the entire feel of your day.
And if you stick with it, over time, that really sharp line we all draw between our inner self and the outer world starts to get blurry. And then, eventually, it just evaporates. You start to see that the separation was an illusion all along. The peace inside and the world outside are no longer two separate things.
And this is what that looks like in real life. You start to see that bliss everywhere. And just look at the range on this list from the source. It's got the things you'd expect, like loved ones and beautiful landscapes, but it also includes scriptures, and get this, even a book on theoretical physics. It really shows that anything can become a reflection of that inner state.
And that right there is the payoff. This new way of seeing everything isn't some other technique you have to learn. It is the fruit of the meditation, the natural, effortless result of just simply and consistently turning your attention inward.
So all of this brings us to one final, and I think really empowering takeaway. After showing us this incredibly simple path inward, the source leaves us with one essential truth to hold on to.
Ultimately, the entire message is one of self-reliance. The guide, the teacher, the guru, it isn't some person or some thing outside of you. It's that deep, quiet wisdom that's already inside. This simple path is just a way to find it, reminding us that the ability to feel profound peace is already there,
waiting inside every single one of us.